My first bit of advice is, if you want a good score in IELTS, what do you have to do? Some people think that they should do 100 practice tests. Not a good idea. What you have to do is improve your English every day. That means you're lying in bed and you wake up and you think, first thing, not breakfast, you think, how can I speak English today? How many words of English can I learn today? What am I going to read in English today? So you need to enhance and improve your English every day in a systematic way. Not just do practice tests. But I'll tell you, the more you read, the better your writing will be. As Hattori Sensei said, if you read, then that will improve your writing. And if you speak it, that will improve your reading and your writing as well. So all of those things are connected. The reading takes 60 minutes. And there are 40 questions. This means you have to read quickly. There's a lot of reading, a lot of words, and only 1 hour to do it. This reading is from magazines and newspapers, which are serious newspapers and magazines. So maybe now you don't read a magazine like Time magazine or The Economist magazine or New Scientist magazine, but you should one day try and read those magazines and read serious English language newspapers. Now there's an English language newspaper in Japan, correct? What's it called? Does anyone know? What's the name? The Japan Times. So you should start there, because that will be about things that you know about. Okay. Each one of those pages in a serious news magazine has about 900 words, and you have 3 of those. You have to read about 2,500 words in an IELTS reading test. I have children, and they used to read, but they stopped reading when they turned about 13. It was a terrible thing. It was a very sad, sad thing. But anyway, that's just beside the point. You have to read a lot. You need to read. But this is the secret. You don't have to read every word, because we're going to practice skimming and scanning. What does that mean? Skimming means you don't read every word. You don't read every sentence. You don't read every paragraph. You do skim in Japanese. When you look at the back page of your newspaper, right? You don't read every word, do you? You go straight to the baseball result, right? Or something like that. That's skimming. And you must practice that in English too. So tonight, with your English language magazine or newspaper, say, I'm going to read this in 1 minute. Very difficult. But do it again tomorrow, and then again and again, and you'll get good at reading quickly and skimming. And then we're going to practice now, in a minute, scanning. And this means you are looking for one word. I'm looking for the name. Ah, there it is. I'm looking for the date. There it is. This is scanning. And in order to scan, you have to read the questions first. Now we have many, many types of questions in IELTS. I told you, IELTS is a big test. It's a different test, and it's the best test because people know that it's a good test of English. And if you have an IELTS score, you can show that score in any country and they will understand. Ah, this is a 6, this is a 7. Okay, it's recognized. And make sure that you always answer every question, even if you guess. You don't lose marks for just answering every question, so try and put an answer everywhere. Okay, that's an example of reading, and that is quite difficult, but it's not all difficult. Make sure that you look for synonyms, words that mean the same. Settled in equals arrived in. Make sure you are conscious that sometimes the same word might be attached to a different adjective or adverb, and they're different things. That is a distractor. My advice to you is this: read the questions first. Quickly skim the text to get an idea and practice skimming. Make sure that you don't spend too much time on one question, because each question is only 1 mark. Who wants to get a band 6 in reading? Anyone? Maybe lots of people. You need 25 correct answers. Who wants a band 7? You need 30 correct answers. Who wants a band 8? Probably about 35 or 36 answers correct. Sometimes, like in the listening, you must write only 1 word. Don't write 2 words. Also, make sure it's spelt correctly. If you have to write a word, spell it correctly. Sometimes there is a difficult word. Relax, don't worry. If it's a difficult word, we will explain the meaning. Maybe in a glossary at the end, a definition, or in the passage itself. Make sure you use your pencil, that beautiful pencil that Daisuke gave you. Use that pencil to underline things. And finally, don't waste too much time on one question. Just guess if you must.